I'm not worried, but I'm concerned that they're moving as much as they are. But I don't think they're going to do anything more. That was her decision.
China ramping up military activity near Taiwan in the wake of Speaker Pelosi's visit, extending some of the sorties over that region. This coming as Secretary Blinken travels to the Philippines to reaffirm its alliance amid escalating tensions.
Our relationship is quite extraordinary because it is really founded in friendship. It's forged as well in partnership, and it's strengthened by the fact that it's an alliance as well. The people ties between us are almost unique, and it's something that we tremendously value.
Bloomberg's Mathieu joining us now from Washington, D.C. Joe, how significant are the sorties that China's been doing, some of the military operations and practice runs around Taiwan?
Well, they're very significant in that we haven't seen this level of incursion, if I can use that word, to date. Obviously, China's working hard to intimidate Taiwan, and it is making some others in the region a bit uncomfortable. You know, nothing makes friends like a common foe here, and that's why we saw Secretary Blinken in the Philippines. He's the first cabinet secretary to visit, and President Biden has invited the relatively new President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. to the White House, although nothing has been scheduled on that yet. But I would expect to see a lot more language like this, not only touring through the region on behalf of the Secretary of State, but language here in the United States that seeks to temper what China is up to in Taiwan.
Meanwhile, Joe, how much is the U.S. Trying to build up its potential response to an invasion by China in the mainland into Taiwan?
Well, my goodness, that's not something that is expected to happen anytime soon, just to be clear. But look, we're prepared for a lot of various scenarios. The question is, would we in fact step up militarily if Taiwan were attacked? President Biden has said so, and the White House has attempted to clarify those remarks so as to not suggest some change in policy. But after what we've seen over the past week here, during and following Nancy Pelosi's visit, to see Taiwan essentially surrounded is changing some minds here, or at least creating a new conversation here in Washington about what exactly the U.S. would do, whether it's now or 10 years from now. And I think we do have some time to figure that out. But in the meantime, it's about diplomacy. It's about going to places like the Philippines, where we have a mutual defense treaty dating back to the 1950s, going to Japan and other parties in the region that the U.S. is trying to, consolidate that diplomatic power to influence Beijing.